Transgender Kentuckians having a passport that complements their gender identity is paramount. But the Trump administration wants the federal government to only recognize the gender assigned at birth. WHAS 11 team's Jose Alonso tells us how it's impacting a trans Kentuckian couple.
Before President Donald Trump took office, Americans could choose a passport reflecting their gender identity or use a third X option.
As this administration keeps bearing weight on us, our community has been forced underground. We've been forced to be less visible.
Engaged trans couple Karma Bell Marshall and Alexander Griggs says matching their passports to their identities is more than personal.
We're getting into safety concerns. When we're traveling abroad into other countries, and we have a identification card that reads female, and then we have a passport that reads male, that can be a very dangerous situation.
For a second time, the Fairness Campaign is offering to pay the fees it takes to obtain a passport for transgender Kentuckians. This comes as the Trump administration pushes the federal government to only recognize the sex identified on a person at birth.
Trump's inauguration speech signaled the end of this policy through executive action.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
But in April, a federal judge expanded a preliminary injunction pausing the president's executive order. The Fairness Campaign, an organization fighting for LGBTQ+ Kentuckians' rights, is taking advantage of this pause.
And it's of the utmost importance with the Supreme Court getting ready to consider whether or not to allow that injunction to stay in place. You know, we're not certain what's going to happen. And so rather than live in that uncertainty, we want transgender Kentuckians to obtain that passport right now to get that accurate gender marker.
Executive Director Chris Hartman says updating a current passport won't cost much, but trans Kentuckians expediting a new one can cost nearly $300.
We are a bellwether for American society when it comes to freedom. Like, we are the epitome of the American dream. And if they can rip our dream away from us, they can rip any American's dream away from them.
The way the trans community identifies under federal eyes continues to be challenged. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Hartman also says even if the Supreme Court upholds the president's executive order, any passports for trans Americans will still be valid until they expire.